Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know, another video. Here we go again. She's gonna yak her head off. But I just wanted to say hello. I really just felt like saying hello to you guys, giving you a little update, and got a couple of things I wanted to share with you, and also I couldn't help myself but to show you what Lottie's wearing. I changed her last night just because I was in the mood, and I chose this outfit and I think it just looks really cute on her. I really love it. I hope you guys do too, but of course you don't have to. We all have different tastes, don't we? But to me this is just adorable for a doll. I don't know if a real baby would be dressed like this, and in fact I'm pretty sure they wouldn't. I don't think I ever dressed any of my real babies like this, but well, especially not the boys, but they were usually in comfy things. And I mean, if we had a special outing I might have put on something a bit nicer, but certainly not little shoes on a little baby, and probably not even a dress. I don't even know if I had dresses for my girls back then. I certainly didn't have money to buy a lot of stuff for them, but I used to make a lot of things for them. Anyway, I'm here to show you what my little baby girl Lottie is wearing. That's one of the reasons I wanted to come on. I think that's the main reason. And let me just describe to you her outfit. For a start, she's sitting in her Silver Cross doll's pram, which you've seen many times before. I love this pram, and she decided to have a turn in it. So she hopped out of the bassinet that she's been sharing with Jonty and Pippa, and she's hopped into her own little pram by herself. And her pram is white and navy blue. I've got the hood down so that you can see her face clearly. And her whole outfit is white and navy blue, except for the little bunny she's holding, which is sort of a pink and white. It's a rattle. It's on a long handle, and it's got long pinkies, and it's all fabric. It's very cute. So what she's wearing is actually a brushed cotton dress. So it's sort of light winter weight, I guess you'd call it. And it's in a navy and white large gingham check. There's a little bodice, and there's a blue velvet bow that's tied at the chest on one side. It has long sleeves, and at the end of the sleeves there's a white cotton frill it's hard to see, but there's a little tiny bit of blue embroidery that looks just like little dashes or little dots on the edges of the sleeves. And the collar is the same, it's white with a little blue embroidery near the edge. Let me see if I can just press that down and see if you can see that. Let's see. Can you see that? It's just a little stitching. And then on her little head, I'm saying little a lot, I think, aren't I? Anyway, on her head, which is a little head, she's wearing a blue knitted bonnet with a pom-pom on the top. It's a fine wool knit. And to top off her beautiful outfit, I've given her some white ankle socks that have a bit of broderie anglaise lace, and then navy shoes by Mayoral. And everything that she's wearing, of course, I got on sale, because that's how, these babies don't mind if their clothes are a season old, and I don't mind at all. And because she doesn't grow, it doesn't matter. I don't have to keep up with her size. So I get to buy whatever I like, whatever I fancy. Now those shoes are a size 15, which, that's very hard to get a size 15 in a shoe for a baby. And they are too big. Except, they fit her well to look at, but her toes don't reach anywhere near the end. That's what I mean by when I say too big. They're not. Let me just feel where her toes go. See how far back. Oh yeah, see, that's sort of, I can put my whole thumb there, and that's where her foot is. So, she's got tiny feet, absolutely tiny feet, because a size 15 is a pretty small shoe. I don't know if you remember, but once I put a size 14 shoe onto her. Tiptoey Joey is the only shoe I've ever found that makes them that small, that are proper baby shoes. You can find doll shoes that are small. Of course you can find any size shoes for dolls, but a proper baby shoe. And they fit Jonty and Pippa really well, and they're small kids. And I don't know if you remember, but amazingly they also fit Lottie's feet only if she's got no socks on, because the socks take up a fair bit of room, but they do squeeze onto her feet, so that just shows how out of proportion her feet are. And her head's pretty small too for in comparison to what a real baby would be like, but I've said all that before, haven't I? So I don't need to say it again, but there you go, I just did. Now, I should tell you that it's, what is the time? Oh my goodness, it's 1 o'clock already. Been up for hours. It's 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon, and the weather is cool and beautiful. So Lottie's wearing the right kind of things. I've got my jacket on today for in the house, but I mean, it's sunny, and if you stand in the sun, it's lovely. But it's a proper, like a real not too hot spring day, so I don't know what the temperature is. It's just pleasant. The breeze is cool, it's fresh, there's none of that hot stickiness. So it's just a lovely day. So, yes, that's all I wanted to tell you about Lottie. Now you know about the weather. Oh, yes, I did want to tell you about the Doll Club meeting on Saturday. I didn't end up going. I felt like, because we were going to do the workshop groups in the morning, we all sit fairly close around a few big tables, and I thought I don't want to really be coughing or sneezing when I'm near people, because I don't want to make them sick. So, and I was also not feeling like 100%, and it was going to be a long day, so I didn't go. I haven't heard anything from my friends, but I'm pretty sure I would have been re-elected as vice president, because actually nobody else wants the job. So that's basically why I'm pretty sure I would have been re-elected. So that's not big news. But the thing is, in our club, most people, well, say 75 or 70% of people have already had a turn at doing one of the jobs, years ago, and they don't want to take on another position again. So I can understand that. They've had their go, and now they want to just sit and enjoy the meetings without having to make any decisions and things. So I can completely understand why people aren't keen to take up a position. Plus, there are always people who are a bit shy or feel they don't know enough to be able to do that, and there are people who don't have time. So I've got I don't know if I've got time, but yeah, I have got time, of course, because I make time, because I love my hobby of doll collecting. And so yes, I've got time, and I really love to be involved. I love to make decisions, and I love to hear about people's different opinions and how we come to the different decisions. So I really, I enjoy so much being on the committee, because you learn a lot and you hear a lot and get involved in lots of different things, and so I really do love it. I hope I'll always have a position on the committee one way or the other, so that I can always be that involved, because I just can't see me ever getting sick of collecting dolls and their accessories. And actually, I do like collecting things. I have a few very small collections of other things. I always have to stop collecting just because of space. So some collections might only be of 5 things. Some, like my dolls, that's a huge collection. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm still the vice president. And so that's Saturday up to date. Now the twins are coming along, fantastically. I can't tell you how much I'm absolutely enjoying what I'm doing. They're going to be, I hope they'll be as beautiful as they are in my mind. I think they will be. I'm really excited when I'm doing them, and I spend hours on them, of course. Like this morning, I've already put in, I think, 4 hours. I got up very early this morning, and I'm going, after I do this video, I'll upload it and then get back to my painting. You can't really tell all the hours that go into making a doll, because when you look at it, you think, oh yes, okay, that looks great, or that doesn't look so good, or whatever you think of the painting and the work that goes into them. But really, I love getting things just right. I love details. I call it fiddling. It's like, getting it just how I want it, even if I have to wipe something off or put 20 layers in one place. I don't mind. I love it. It's just so much pleasure for me. I can't not do it. It's just, I just really love it. So that's what's happening. Oh, and another thing, I got a parcel this morning that it's something that I ordered, and it is a new mattress for the other pram that I've got. You know, the actual full-size baby pram that's a bit like a stroller or a pusher. I needed to get a mattress for it, and because it's a different size, it's quite narrow and long. It's not like a standard Silver Cross pram. So, I mean, it's vintage, but it's not like a standard vintage Silver Cross pram. It's a whole different design. And I had to get one specially made, which the Silver Cross mattress making people did for me, and it just arrived today, and it's perfect because I gave them my exact measurements. It didn't even cost that much. It costs the same as having one of their standard ones, so I was very impressed with that, and it's a lovely quilted one. So I'm really happy to have that. I must ask Jan, who sold me that pram, what she used to use for a mattress. I wonder if it came with a mattress. I mean, the pram is, what did we say, 40-something, 42 years old or something like that, or a bit more? I can't remember, 47 was it? Anyway, whatever, it's an old pram, so I'm wondering what she used to use. I'll have to ask her. I would have asked her on Saturday, but, you know, I wasn't at the meeting, so anyway. So that's good, and I'll try, you know, I've got a few bassinet sheets here. I'll put one on and see how it looks. I think it should be really good. I might put Lottie in it next time. So that was a bit of excitement for this morning. That just got dropped off without even the doorbell ringing, which is really nice. I didn't have to get up from what I was doing. They just left it on my front veranda. I have a front veranda, so things that are left there don't get wet and they don't get stolen because, you know, this is a normal suburban area and the house is set back from the street and all of that, so everything's all right on my front veranda. Not that it stays there for too long because, you know, I find it pretty quickly. So that was a good thing that happened today. Now, what else, my dear friends, my dear friends on YouTube? I've been thinking about a couple of things, and one of them is that I realise that my videos are always limited. I mean, I don't do editing. I can't dress the dolls on camera. I don't have box openings because I don't really buy dolls, Reborn dolls. So, you know, I understand that I don't have a lot to offer as far as all that stuff goes. So I really appreciate that you still come back and watch me and listen to me ramble on. I really do. I just want to thank you again for being here because I know, you know, that I don't do all the stuff that lots of people do. And so this is a very basic channel. And because of my limitations, it's sort of a limited channel, isn't it? You don't get to see all the fabulous things. I mean, I enjoy all those things on other people's channels, but I also know I watch channels for the person who's presenting the dolls. I love the dolls too, but I love the people. I'm a real people person. Really enjoy humans. I must admit I do. Anyway, so thank you for being here. I have a little bird story to tell you, which is hilarious. That I don't know why I haven't mentioned it before, or maybe I have. But before I do, I just wanted to show you something stunning. Now, this is a beautiful little box that was one of the things Kimberly sent me for my birthday, which was last month. Can you see that? It's a hard little box. I'll just turn it around so you can see it. It's black. It's sort of, I guess it's plastic, a hard sort of plastic, but an old version of plastic. And look at that beautiful, beautiful child on the front. Isn't that the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen? Absolutely love that painting. Kimberly thinks it's a boy, and it probably is on second thought, but I just thought girl when I saw it. So it's a little child sort of looking off into the distance, maybe with brown eyes, light brown hair that's sort of in a bob cut that ends just on the shoulders or just above the shoulders really, and a little fringe which you would call what do you call that? We call that a fringe, and you call it I can't remember, it's left my head. Anyway, it's just beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? And you won't believe what she put inside. I'll show you, which I assumed, that I thought, well, this must be a new box because of what she put inside. she put some little marzipan chocolates that fit perfectly inside. So I assumed it was a box that had been made recently and in an old-fashioned design to hold these special chocolates. But no, she bought this little box in a antique shop somewhere, and then just happened to find those chocolates that fitted in perfectly. So that was a bit of a trick, but isn't that just beautiful? I love that. So that reminded me of another thing I have that I love that I want to show you as well, and it's something I bought when I was in Germany, how many years ago now? 8 years. Yes, 1 from 9 is 8, Suzanne. So yeah, 8 years ago. And it's just a simple cardboard box. But I absolutely love that picture. I love that so much. And I know that not everybody would, but I do. It's I assume everything's written in German. So maybe someone who speaks German will be able to tell me. Or I could even look it up. But I'd love you guys, if you knew anything about it, you could tell me what it says. That's the side. Isn't that beautiful? It's just a cardboard box. And that's the end. That's what it says on that end. I hope the camera's behaving. It sort of is, isn't it? And then there's something. Is that the same on this side? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's the same on that side. Sorry, I'm jiggling a bit. And then on the back is somebody's list of something. Look at this, handwritten list. I love that too. So funny. It's a list of stuff, and I think how much it cost or how many of each thing they had or something. It's some sort of inventory. Anyway, and it's written in pencil, and that's just part of the box that I love. So there you are. That's another thing. I love, I collect all sorts of bits and pieces. So in my doll room I have, of course, lots of dolls and lots of things for the dolls. But I also have things like this that I just love. And actually that does bring me to something that I wanted to say. And that is that, I'll just move the box out of the way. And that is that we do all love different things. And I've been a collector for a long, long time and have met many other collectors. And we don't all like the same things. And that's just the same as in normal life, isn't it? We all like different things. But I appreciate that I can come on and show you the things that I love, and that you don't laugh at me or criticize me or judge me because you don't like the same things. That's something that I really enjoy about collecting, that I can enjoy someone's collection even if it is like stamps or angels or anything. It doesn't have to be something that I like to collect, but because that person loves those things, that makes me interested, and it makes it wonderful to share. It's not what the object is or the doll is. It is the fact that the person loves that object. That's really the exciting bit, isn't it? That's what I enjoy anyway. And so I have seen lately on YouTubers that some people have really been mocking other people's dolls. And I think, why do you want to do that? I don't understand why you would want to set out to hurt somebody's feelings like that. Like, obviously you don't all love my dolls, and probably I don't love your dolls, but I love anything that you love. Because you're a person, and it's fabulous to see the love that you put into your things. And so why would I ever want to hurt someone else and say that your doll is dumb or your doll is this or that? And all dolls cost different amounts, and I admire any doll that somebody loves. I don't care if it costs $1 or $1 million. Honestly, it makes no difference to me. My collection is full of cheap stuff and more expensive stuff and common stuff and rarer stuff, and whatever anybody loves is great. So anyway, I really don't understand that sort of concept of wanting to hurt someone. For anyone, either direction, why do it? Like, it doesn't make you feel better. It's a sad thing to be doing. And so I did want to say that. And it's sort of in relation to this box, because I can imagine that a lot of you would think, that's not a very attractive baby. That's a strange thing to like. It's an old, worn out cardboard box with a little baby with a floral scarf tied around its head. but there's just something about it that I love, and I do love it, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing it. Now let me see if I've got time to tell you my bird story. I have. Just a couple of minutes left. I have a magpie. Now that's an Australian magpie. Each country seems to have its own version of magpies. So if you want to know what ours look like, you could look it up. And our magpies get very cheeky in the springtime, and they dive bomb people when they're riding on their push bikes. They dive bomb people's helmets. They try to peck them and attack them, and people put not twisty ties, what are those things? Cable ties on top of their helmets with the bits sticking up. And so to try to discourage these cheeky magpies, I think they're just protecting their territory, and if they don't like a stranger, that's what they do. But magpies recognise faces, and so the magpies who live around my house and my trees know me, so they would never attack me, because when I'm hanging out the washing, they're just chirping around the joint and having a good time. But I have one magpie who I call Maggie. Well, how original is that? Maggie the magpie. And this magpie, girl or boy, I don't know, comes most days and taps on the bathroom window. And not just one tap, but many taps. So it will go tap, tap, and then I call out, hello Maggie, and then it goes tap, 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 and I go, hello Maggie, and we do that to each other about, it depends on what other important business Maggie has to do on that day, but it could be as many as like 5 times, or maybe just twice. And I always think, I'm so clever, I've got that magpie trained so that it taps when I talk to it. But you know what that magpie is thinking? That magpie is thinking, I'm so clever, I've got that human trained. Every time I knock, that human says, hello Maggie. And so it doesn't actually... It's really funny, and it's been going on for years. That particular magpie has been doing it for years, many, many years. I've seen it when I've been outside hanging my washing out. I've seen it approach the bathroom window and look in, and I've seen it trying to show a friend how to do it. Luckily, that friend magpie didn't decide to do it, so I only have one magpie who does it, but it's just hilarious. And it's so loud that I can hear it from wherever I am in the house. So I always call out whenever I hear it. And that magpie is my special friend. Not that I know which one it is out of all the magpies who visit here, but I know when Maggie is tapping, that's my special friend. So I just thought you might like to hear that crazy magpie story. And as usual, this has ended up being a long video. I hope you don't mind. I've done a couple of short ones, which I was very proud of. But today I just got a bit gas-bagging and told you a few things that are happening. Now, do I need to tell you? I told you the brand of the shoes, but I don't think I mentioned the dress or the hat. And they are both Paz Rodriguez things. They didn't come. None of it came together. The socks are from Next. So everything's bits and pieces. And she's got some navy bloomers on that didn't come with a dress. And I think they are Kate Quinn or Jamie Kay. So, it's just a real put-together thing, but I love doing that anyway. I've got enough different coloured things that I can always make an outfit out of something. And I get everything on sale, as I said before, which doesn't make it ultra cheap, but it still makes it cheaper than it would be. I don't like to pay full price, because why would you if you can get it cheaper? All right, my darling friends, I better go before this camera says, that's enough, woman, be quiet. We're going to cut off now. So I'll say goodbye, everybody. And please take care and be kind to each other and have respect for each other. That's all I want to say. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for being here.